Welcome back. Dare I say it, the R word that's on everyone's mind, recession. Are we heading into one? And what does it really mean if we are? Bruce is here to break it down for us.
Great to see you. Hi.
We got to talk about it. And
Yes.
we need to start sort of with the basics. Like,
We do.
what is a recession?
It is a natural part of the economic cycle. It doesn't make it fun. It's not fun, but you and I are fun.
Yes,
we're
we
going to have a
are.
good time. So we're bringing a balloon here, okay, right?
Oh, it's a party.
Economies expand and contract.
Okay. Yeah.
They expand.
Yes.
And then sometimes, like in a recession, they contract a little bit. So
I hate
just
that
like
sound.
the balloon. I know. I wasn't making the obscene sound. I was just making the light deflation sound. So when you look at this balloon, it's like it's not like we want it to expand and contract, but it does. We just don't want it to expand so much that it explodes, and we don't want it to go like that, like the Great Depression. And there isn't a risk of it going like that, but that is what we do not want.
Okay. A lot of fear around this right now. What actually happens in a recession?
So,
like, what's going to go down?
In a recession, demand contracts. So say you're someone who runs a balloon manufacturing facility and people aren't wanting balloons, you slow down that production line and you might lay off some of the people on that line.
Yeah.
They then go to the club less often. That club might lay off people and so on and so on and so on. So that those layoffs affect the economy. Now, the average length of a recession is about a year-ish. You just never know when it's going to start or when it's going to finish. It's sort of like you go to that club and you leave for like a minute to go to the bathroom and you come back in and they've turned on the lights and turned off the music. It's like the party's over, but no one warned you. It's kind of how it works with a recession.
Or it's a new DJ that you don't like.
New DJ.
You don't like that
buzzkill. A recession's a buzzkill. Now, what individuals really care about is their job. That's what they really care about. And even once we are through a recession at any point in time in history, it can take a while for the job market to start up. The recession is a problem if it happens. The fear of a recession is a problem because people are worried. Their consumer confidence declines. They cut their spending. And then there are layoffs. So the recession becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I feel like that's where we are right now.
Yeah, could well be where we are.
People are trying to hang on to the money and then you're setting it off, right?
Yeah.
What we are all thinking is, what is the risk of a recession happening here in Canada? Like, I feel like it's coming, it's inevitable, but you're the money guy.
Some economists say 90%.
Yeah.
Some economists say 20%. I say 50%.
Okay.
But who knows, right? I was a Boy Scout. So my mantra, be prepared. I put on the snow tires in October. Like, they're just on. We dib, we dob. The snow tires are on. So we want to be prepared.
Okay, so I put on the snow tires in January, so you can see how prepared I am.
Yes.
What can be done to reduce the impact of a recession?
So let's talk about this from an institutional standpoint. There's the Bank of Canada. They've got this major tool called interest rates. So in a recession, they would lower interest rates to spur demand. It's like, oh my God, businesses, consumers can spend. That's not what's happening right now.
No, it's the
right?
opposite.
Rates are going up, and they're going up because they want to cool the economy just a little bit. The second thing that can be done in a recession is government, elected government, can cut taxes.
Yes.
Now, that can help people, spend again, too. The challenge is governments don't have a lot of money. They put a lot of money towards fighting the pandemic.
Yeah.
And also, in this moment, we don't want people to spend all that much money right now because that's what got us into part of what got us into the issue or the situation we're in on inflation. So it's not an easy game, but there are tools that governments and central banks can do to combat.
I can't remember in recent history ever having a tax cut.
Oh, yeah, they cut the GST at one point. The politicians make a big to-do about it, but it doesn't necessarily make a difference in terms of what you see in your bank account.
Yeah, listen, I'm not mad at taxes. I'm one of the few Canadians that will say that, but I understand it is a big burden.
We live in Canada. Other countries have much lower taxes, and it's a very different... We get what we get.
What do we do to prepare? If we're at home and we're worried about it, what can we do?
So it really depends on your individual circumstances. An expanding economy doesn't help everyone in the same way. A contracting economy doesn't harm everyone in the same way. So say you're a senior and you're retired and you're on a fixed income. It doesn't really affect you that much.
Right.
But say you're still in your working years and you're running your own business, manufacturing balloons, that could be a big issue. So if you were to know now that the recession is a risk, recession is a risk. It's not a certainty, but it's a risk.
Yeah.
There are two things that you would do. Number one is you pay off your credit card debt to zero, which I have talked about 14,000 times on this show. And the second thing that you would do is you would endeavor to build some sort of an emergency fund, some sort of a buffer. Both of those things are great ideas at any time of the year, but even better as we face this risk of recession. And by the way, neither of those things are easy. I know that they are exceedingly difficult, but that's really what there is to do in this time.
Okay, so if you're looking to be empowered, these are the things you can do to empower yourself. Any tips about investing at this point?
It doesn't make a difference. And the reason I say that is you can never time the stock market. And even if we are in a recession, it doesn't necessarily go up or down. It's not connected in such a direct way.
Okay.
If this is retirement savings, save as you always have, as regularly as you can. Some days you buy your investments cheap, some days you buy them expensive. If this is for a short-term goal, like a saving for a down payment, you shouldn't be in the stock market anyway.
True.
That should be in something super safe and conservative, a savings account, a GIC, something like that. So I think it is important for us to raise awareness that this could happen, but let's not get freaked out about it. Let's assess our own circumstances and assess the risk for our lives and that of our family, and then take action consistent with the risks that we face.
Okay, prepare, don't panic.
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you get on that balloon. We understand.